What's up, beautiful, magical people? I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I am. I can't believe I'm a mom. Like, oh my god. I can't believe these videos are all about mom stuff. It just takes me a second. I am super tired. My child decides to be clingy. I am a clingy person. I love to snuggle and I love to be around my husband all the time. But I know that he doesn't want to be around me all the time. But I would love to be around him all the time. Seems like our baby picked up my trait and wants to be around mama all the time. I mean, non-stop. Maybe it's a baby thing. Maybe it's not just my clinginess. Because my sister had a baby and she was the same way. She kind of, I don't want to say she was the same way, but she likes to snuggle or whatever. Anyway, if you guys haven't seen my previous videos, it was talking about my postpartum, first week of postpartum. Super excited, can't wait to hear you guys comments and stuff like that on that. But today, I want to talk about, I'm tired, guys. I want to talk about pumping and breast pumping and breastfeeding and formula feeding or whatever. Feeding your baby in general. So, my baby is very, I love him to death. But he is very, I don't want to say greedy, but he loves his food. He will be a foodie when he gets older because he loves his food. Don't mess with his food. He will bite your head off. He will wake up every 2 hours to eat 2.5 ounces of milk. Now, I want to talk to you about my journey, even though it's been almost 2 weeks. Not even. Like 12 days of this journey. It's still a journey of 12 days. So, I want to start in the beginning. Basically, in the beginning, we were at the hospital and I was trying to breastfeed. And what was going on is that he was latching on, sucking, and then coming off and crying, like just wailing. And then I had to push him, like I literally had to shove his head on my boob. And like I felt his resistance in his neck. But I felt like I had to shove it and like force it in there. And then he'll suck. And then he'll let go and cry. And I kept doing that. And I know like when I came off of him, I squeezed my boob, right? And milk would shoot out. So I know milk was coming, or colostrum at that time, whatever. I know stuff was coming into his mouth, but I don't know why he was crying. So I was thinking maybe I'm not putting him on properly. Maybe it's not working. Like what's going on? What's happening? So the lactational specialist came and said I was doing a great job, and he just had a tongue tie, so it's really hard for him to latch. That's why he keeps coming off. It's really hard to keep a latch, so that's why he keeps coming off. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. Tongue ties is basically like your web, your tongue web, like that. And it's really hindering the tongue from coming out, but they'll grow with it. You don't need to cut it. If they tell you to cut it, you don't really need to cut it. Honestly, do it if you want to, but I mean, like, you don't need to cut that. It's not anything detrimental. If you give him a bottle, he'll be fine. But if you really want to stick to the breast and whatever and latching, he'll also learn you don't have to cut the web. That's just my opinion. Again, this is my opinion. I'm not a doctor. I'm not doing anything. Just telling you my story. So that lactational specialist came and told me that. I said, okay, great. I just have to keep putting him on. That's what she said. Keep shoving him on there. You're doing great. Then it was happening again. And he kept sucking, then crying. Like, hysterically crying. So I went to the next lactational specialist and they were like, oh, your nipples are flat. Here's a nipple shield. Try this. I was doing that, and he was latching on for really well. Like, I thought the nipple shield was my best friend. I thought this is how it's going to work. This is how life is going to happen. My nipple shield is going to have a nipple shield. I saw he was getting so much milk and everything like that, and he was satisfied. So I said, great, awesome, nipple shield for the rest of my life. But then that was short-lived, because in the next couple of hours, he was sucking, and crying again. And then I saw a next lactational specialist who I was showing her how I was doing with the nipple shield. She said, okay, the nipple shield could be great or it could be awful. Let's see if you're getting any milk out of it. When he was doing it, we didn't see nothing, no milk type thing coming out. So she's like, no, awful, don't do it. Take out, oh, I'm sorry, my nose is so itchy. Sorry guys, I'm touching my face so often. But anyway, she's like, nope, take that out, don't use that anymore. The nipple shield is not your friend. It's the best thing if it works, but it's the worst thing if it doesn't, because you think that you're getting something, you feel a latch, but it's not working, and they're just getting frustrated, and they're just sucking on air and all this extra shit. So I was like, okay, what am I going to do? So she said, you know, try it without the nipple shield. You go there, you do that. I put my baby on the boob. She saw what I was talking about when he's there, milk is coming out, but he's there and he's sucking, and then crying. And she says, you know what? Your baby just is not patient. Your baby's not patient. That's all that's wrong, is that your baby's just not patient. The stream of my nipple, of my boobs, the stream of the milk that's coming out is not fast enough for my son. So she's like, honestly, that's what it is. He's just going to keep crying because it's not fast enough. She said, my stream will get eventually faster, but in the beginning, it's not that fast. And so, and it's not that long. It's like he has to really work for it. And she said, you know, you really don't want to put him on the bottle because he will get lazy. And it seems like he's already frustrated with the boob. But I said, if he's not eating and all I'm doing is just, he's sucking, and crying, sucking, then crying, sucking, then crying, I'm getting frustrated, he's frustrated, it's not working out. So she talked to me about it, and, you know, showed me how to do it, maybe position him better. I was doing that in the hospital. I was breastfeeding really nicely in the hospital. But towards the end, right before I left the hospital, sorry guys, right before I left the hospital, he just didn't want it again. And I'm just like, I can't. I'm done. Can't do it. I can't exclusively breastfeed. It's just not going to work. Because I'm getting frustrated because he's not latching on properly. I do not want to cut his tongue tie because that might not even be it. Because I can see that he's not patient because he really isn't patient. I'm not a patient person, so he's definitely, I can see that already. And he really loves his food, and he wants it right away. Like, he wants it now, and he wants it right in front of him, and he doesn't want to work for it. So that I can see in his personality, because me and my husband have a similar, like, a combined of that personality. So that's why I'm like, it's not really the tongue tie. And so I'm frustrated, he's frustrated. I was just like, fuck that, I'm giving him a bottle. I do not want to formula feed because, and my issue is not that formula is wrong. It's because I was a formula fed baby. My mom didn't breastfeed any of her kids because she had no milk. But my issue is that I'm going to pay $35 for formula when my breasts are so full of milk. I mean, I can get 9 ounces of milk in one boob in one sitting. Why would I spend $35 on fucking formula when this is free and I can use that $35 to buy something for my son? You know what I'm saying? Like, something that he'll have for a longer time instead of just pooping and peeing that shit out. You get what I'm saying? Like, if I could make diapers, I would make diapers too. Like, if I shout out diapers, like deadass, I would not be buying diapers, nor would I be buying milk. But that's my issue on it, and that is my reasoning why I do not want to do formula. Now, I've been talking for 10 minutes, so this is going to be a part 2 video. So yeah, go to the part 2, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace, guys.